Hi, back again to a new tutorial part to make the train. Today we want to make the front panel here. So we start. We take here a circle, add mesh circle, can be 64, rotate X 90, scale down. We bring it in front, edit mode, extrude and bring it to the Y. Then get the first loop and extrude scale, then extrude scale again and bring them a little out. Then extrude scale again, and we have that. That is good for the moment. We bring that here to the side. And we see here that is beveled. So we can use here second loop in, get this one here, Control B to bevel, and roll. Then we got that. And maybe this here is too sharp too. So we can take a loop here and there and mark this middle one, Control B and bevel. Then we got that. Good. So that is done. So we make the middle part there. For that to do, we can mark this middle thing and then Control P only. Then separate the selection. Now we have the single circle here. That is that one. We make them a little bit greater, so scale. Then we see that it is a round rectangle. So we get here extrude scale. Then we bring the rest out in more steps. So extrude scale again, extrude scale again, extrude scale again, close with F. We take proportional editing connected, grab in the Y, and you see it comes without, but we roll the middle mouse button so we can get more that comes without. So such like that. That is okay. Yeah. Good. We give them smooth. That's good. Here we take a smooth too. Good. All done. That comes here and front. And it must have a thickness. So we can mark the outer line and extrude them to the, go back. Disable proportioning and bring that out that we have a thickness there. Okay. Yeah. Good. We done that. We see we have here these things. So we will make one and the other comes then automatically. So we start with a cylinder with 24, rotate X 19, scale down, good, bring them in front, scale Y, then we delete what we don't need. So with background selection, we select the down part there. Then we got that here. Then we get these two edges here and extrude them down and scale X to bring them a little bit near. Close with F, close the back line with F, close the front line with F. Done. Smooth. Then we take here the loops for the shading. This middle one we extrude scale in the set and bring it to position. Good. Then we can bevel this here, Control B. Good. We done that. It can be a little bit shorter in all, so we mark that here and bring it down, such like that. Good. Then we see there's mother with screw on, so we add mesh, add group instance, screw and mother with search. That's here. We see it in front. There's a little bit too fat, so we'll make it a little bit smaller. Yeah, that looks good. Then we get them together. So that means we try to make it here live on the thing. So we give them another color for the start, that we see that better. So we get it back and give here new material and give them red. So we see that better. I take the thing and bring it here to the top so that we can see how it looks when it is on his place. So such like that. Then we must count how many from the things they are. There are 20 that I counted here. So I try to make there 22. So for that we need to have here a middle point that is here. So we can get here Shift S. Then we say the cursor selected to cursor to center. We click here, so we have it. Good. Now we go in edit mode and Shift S, cursor selected to cursor. No. Back. Here we have origin to 3D cursor. Now here's the middle point of this object, of the red object. And now we go in edit mode and tools and spin. See what happens. We need 20 steps and we need here 360 degrees, a full circle, and then we got it. So we have that done. Good. The same we need to do with this screw. I don't know it makes sense with an instance, but we will try it. I never tried to make that with an instance, but we will see. Good, we have to do the same, but with an instance. For that, I think that isn't possible because we must normally go other way for that. But then that is a problem with the words. So I don't know really how we can do that. Good, we go away that I know. So we go here to second layer, go with set in wireframe mode and get this original screw. That is that here. Shift D to duplicate. Move to the first layer. There we have the original. We grab them to his position. Scale down. Grabbing. Bring it in front. Good. Then we go back here to material mode. Then we can join them both together. That means that here and that one. Join. Now the screw is in there. So that means we can delete all without this one. So we select that one. And then we say select inverse. So he takes all the other. We can delete. And now we can make it again with the screw on. So mark all, spin, and we have the same but with the screws on. That 38 now. Yeah, that isn't that lucky, that funny that we think so. Good. We see here it has some rotation in it. That means we have here a location or rotation problem. So we look from the side, rotate X. Yeah, they are mystery things. So we must go back and inverse it again. Delete it. Look from the side. Yeah, it's not a straight line. So we must first get that here complete. And we have the possibility to rotate it manually to a straight line and then do it again. Think it is because that is not at the real point where it should. So we will make it here at the blue line. We are here with the origin on the blue line. So we must be with them on blue line too. So we bring them to blue line. Good, we bring them in front again and spin again. And now it looks better. Good. When you look there, you see them at the down part is a thing too that is like that, but rotated. So that means we can get that there too. That means we invert that again. Delete this all. Get only this cage thing here, that here. Shift D to duplicate. Rotate Y 180. We get that. Then we mark the top part and bring them down. So we got that. And you see, we must come with all in all so that it is possible to fix it. So we get here to geometry, and then we can make it like here. And you see that one here must be a little bit fatter. So we mark that backside and bring it to point. Good. We done that. Now we can spin again and all done. These things are on. Good. We have 43 now. That is horrible. File, save. I must think about that. When I make a copy of them, Shift D, P to separate the selection. And then give them here an array. It counts too, so that makes no sense. Okay. But when we make an instance, can we use it there? We have an instance there? No, we can't make an array. So, okay. The possibilities are gone. So we take what we got. Good. We see this here that are screws with a hat, screw hat. So add group instance screw hat, and that are 28. So we bring them here in position, but we need original so we must go to second layer, set, find the original. That is the original. So Shift D, move to first layer, go to first layer, front view, position them. Good. Back to material mode, bring it in front, look from the side. Good. Here's a group on it, so we go here and delete this group thing here. Now we have to rotate them the same time as the other. I make it red 2 so we can see that better. Then we have here the same thing to do. We need here the 3D cursor. And then we say, by clicking that, origin to 3D cursor. Now it is here, the origin. And now we can spin again. So edit mode, spin. But in this case we have 28. So we type in here 28 and we've done it. Good. That was that. Next thing is this here. So we take here add mesh cube, scale index. We need to round up here the front. So we scale in the Y before, scale Y. Then we make a loop where the range for bending should be. So that means such like that maybe. Then we get this two edges there and Control B to bevel, and then we can bevel them. Think that is a little bit too, we need here more scale set, and bring that here near to, then we can bevel again, Control B. Yeah, better. Good, we done that. We need to bevel that whole line here a little. So we try to do that. Control B. And we have problems because that is banded here. So we make it another way. We take this front faces and extrude scale them. Scale in the set. Scale and set more. Bring them here a little bit back. Scale in the set. Good. And bring that a little out. That brings this bevel effect too. Good. Then we need here a round thing. So add mesh cylinder. 24 is okay. Make it as big as this is. Then we bring that to the back side a little bit more in. And we got that here. That is okay. That needs a smooth. Then we need 2 loops. And we have to flatten the top face and the down face flat. And here we can go a little deeper. Yeah. Okay. Then we need this holder here for this thing. So we can take here this front face, Shift D to duplicate them. Then we go here to vertex mode, and from top we see that we don't need that here, we only need the half, so we delete the rest. So we got that. That we extrude into the other material, F to close. Oh, have here the wrong selected, so this one. And extrude, close with F, close the whole thing with F, and extrude again. This thing we need at the top and then at the down part. To get there a little bit difference, we scale it a little bigger than the rest is. Then we bring them there and one down there. And they need to have a smooth too. This loops. And we need to flatten this faces. So flat. Good, we have that. We join that together as one. Good. We see here is a screw head there. So we bring the screw head on. This time we can take an instance because we don't want to spin them. So screw head is here, rotate X 90 degrees, positioning a little bit smaller. Good. And bring it in position. That we can parent to the object. So we can get here this axis down, then we Control P, we parent that to the object, And now we have that thing here. Good. That is done. We need two from them. So I move it to the second layer. Oh, go back, go back. That don't move with. Okay. Then we make that Alt P, clear the parent, and set them when this one is there. So we move them to the second layer, go to the second layer, Alt make that to the geometry, and Alt G, Control G, and then at front holder 1. Go back to first layer, add group instance front holder 1. From them we need 2. We bring the axis down, Shift D to duplicate them. Now we can set this screw heads there. Good. Same Shift D for the other one. Good. And now we can parent that with that Control P to object. And then it's parented. Good. We done that. Bring that to side, bring that to side, file, save. We have done that, we have done that. Now we need to do that here. Good. For that we need add mesh circle, cylinder, 24 is okay. And we scale it in the set. We have the thickness of this original there. Then we look from the top, go in edit mode, with background selection, word selection, and now border selection, and delete these words. Then we top view, extrude that here, and close with F. So we got that thing here. Then we extrude one time and extrude one time again. Then we extrude another time not. We go here and mark this and bring them a little bit to the outside. Then we loop in here on this side. Then we can put there some out, but before we must close that correctly. So we get the bottom with F close, the top with F close. Then we need here a line. So we give there a loop. Good. You see we make that here. So, and we take now this face here and extrude that up, extrude, bring out a little bit to the side, that we have the same line like there. You see here is an other, so we get here this one and bring them so 2. Now we have that. That's good. You see here comes a part out, so we can mark this line here and extrude them out. Then we have that. That is good. This part we can double, so we mark that here with background selection, but without these faces that we don't need at the moment. But for me it's eagle. Shift D, duplicate that. Then we get the front face, but we must close that before. So close that and this part. Good. It's closed. That one not, so we make it with F. Then we get this both faces there and bring them near behind them, and you see then it goes this straight way down there. To make it a little bit easier, we take this one here and bring it there. So we take that here, Shift D to duplicate. Now we take here mesh mirror, interactive mirror, hold mouse wheel and move the mouse. So we got that. And now we have to turn it this way. So we need a mirror again. So mirror interactive. And we have that, and that is what we want. We rotate that and all. So we got that. Now we have to connect these things. That isn't the problem. You only need to mark the edges, close with F, close with F. Normally you should delete the inner faces. That isn't good when there are inner faces. So normally you make here only faces delete, here two, and here two. So that is an open construction there. So we close the bottom. We have to close. And last here on the side. Good. And we done that. That is good. For that thing here, we need this part again. So with background selection, word selection, we get that here, Shift D. We rotate set 90. So we are from that side, rotate set 180. We can close the upper part with F, the down part with F. And you see they that are a little bit fatter than this one that we have here too. So we scale it a little, but scale and set then to make it as small as this one is. Bring it into position there. Then with Shift D, bring one in the middle, and Shift D, bring one to the end. Good. This parts will be connected on the thing. So what we have to do is we should get this three back faces and extrude them to the material. And then we give them here a loop in all three guys there. Then we close that things. That means we take this both faces, this one, close with F. Or you make a bridge, so spacebar, search, bridge, edge loops, and the same we make with that one. So we got that, and that is our holder then. So we extrude that down to the Y, and that fixes it to the rest. We see we need to smooth, so we smooth, but we are try to make not all smooth, only the round parts. So we have that, the loops in. Same we need to do. It's heavy to see, but with a little bit testing you will get that. So here the same, smooth, then from here to here, smooth, from the back side of that one to the front of that one, smooth, and the last is that here, smooth, and now we need to loop, Control R. So we got that. That is a good one. We see here between them there is this fat thing into, I think it's screw or something else. So we make there one in. So we add mesh cylinder 24, make it a little bit smaller like that, I think, and bring it into a middle point. And we see that whole thing here must come out a little. That means we mark that whole thing and bring that more to this side. Okay. Then we can scale that here and set. Give them smooth. Give them 2 loops. And merge that, join that together. So when you look there, there are screws with mother, so we get them there. But we need 2 of them, so we make it like with the other one. We make the screws later on and parent them. So we move them to second layer. Then we give them the origin to the geometry, or G to put in the middle. Control G to give them a name. That is door, front, holder, one side. Good. Go back to first layer and add instance front holder one side. Get them in front. And bring here the mother with screws. So add group instance, mother with screw. Get that smaller, that it fits here. Good. One. Shift D, duplicate, bring them there. Get this axis down. Good. The same two, we need Shift D here. So we bring them here. One, Shift D, and the second one. Good. Bring it into the material. Good. Now we see here something open that we must make an original, but before we parent them to the object. And the top two. So we have that. In the original, we need to close that one thing there. So set wireframe mode, search that thing that we built it now. That is it. And here was open. So we have to close that with F. Good, done. Back to first layer and material mode. We got that. We have to do a copy of that. So I grab this whole thing and Shift D to make a copy of that. But the screws would matter. We must bring them there again. So I make a copy of that and then Alt P. There I can clear the parent. And where it is gone, I don't know. In the middle. Here. Yeah. So again, front view, grabbing, positioning. Shift D to duplicate. Shift D. And the last one to there. Good. Now parent that again. Good. Done. File, save. Now nearly comes create counts there. We must be careful with that. Good. We done that. Next I want to do is make this real great cylinder there. We take here 64.2, rotate Y 90, scale down, scale in the X. That is good. Now, when we look there, you see there are cuts in there, and there we won't put our two. So we give them Control R or loop here, another loop there, where these bands are. Here and here. Now we have to extrude scale them. Here we have a special thing. We extrude scale that, but there comes another out. So we make them their second one and loop them again and extrude scale them again. So we got that here. We need to smooth the whole thing. You see what happens. There are shading errors like every time. So we do our loops. In all segments and on the bands too. Good. And on the band. So we got that. See, we have here the same. So we need to loop in here and there. Good. That is now our thing there. It's a little bit fat, I think. No, it fits. It's okay. Good. So we grab them by the side. Okay, file, save. Good. That was it for today. Next time we will make the other things thereon. So see you in the next tutorial. Bye.